Hello, welcome back to Hologround. We're doing a drawing hub. Say hello, Lucas.
Hello. Hello. We're here.
What are you gonna draw, Lucas?
I was gonna draw Sleepy, but she doesn't have a reference sheet, so I'm just still seeing.
Do you feel sleepy?
Heh. Yes. Yes. So what character are you drawing first, Eric?
Let's see. Henrik's one.
Yeah.
His favorite Mischief Maker's character.
Oh, yeah, I recognize that character. See, you could have told me that when I asked earlier. And you didn't tell me.
I didn't look at the chart. You remember? You think I remember everybody from the chart? I don't.
No, but I imagine you had it up.
No, I did. I was doing something else.
Okay.
I was doing other things, Lucas.
And yes, I expect you to remember every single patron reward ever. From your entire list at all times.
I'm not autistic.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. Very sure. And you cannot convince me otherwise.
Who cares about this so-called test? And it's 99.999 accuracy.
I never took any test.
Follow the joke.
No, I won't.
It's a joke.
You cannot convince me otherwise. And I will not follow the joke, because then you will convince me otherwise. Fuck you.
The fucking length and layers of that gaslighting. By the way, I have decided to buy the Lucine in the end.
Of course you did. It would be uncharacteristic if you didn't.
I know, but still, it is $200 I'll never see again.
But you will see a $200 Lucina again.
Yes, every single day.
Exactly. I don't see a problem.
Well, my wallet is a problem, that's the issue, Alec.
Here's about your wallet. It's an inanimate object, Lucas. It doesn't have feelings.
I care when it's empty.
Well, that seems to be a problem that's not related to your wallet. Seems to be a problem with you holding inanimate objects to a different standard. You can just put Monopoly money into it and it'll not be empty. Ever thought of that?
Must you be so anal about it? God damn it, man.
Just put some, like, small bill pesos in it, jeez. It's not like it's worth anything. Monopoly money at this point probably is worth more.
Did you know that you can not even at this point, like at some point, I think I did mention it on the channel actually, but at some point you could have grabbed money from our currency of the same value as fucking Monopoly money, and you would have spent less money than actually buying the tabletop game.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So the amount of money you get in a Monopoly set is like $20,580. But if you gotten that value in pesos and you made the game yourself using Argentinian bills, it would have been cheaper than buying the game, because at that moment I think the game was like 34,000 or something like that.
Well, see, Lucas, my suggestion is totally legit. Just put some pesos in it and your wallet is no longer empty.
I actually have some dollars in it, believe it or not.
Well, there you go. It's never empty. In fact, it's your digital wallet that's empty. Your wallet is never actually like affected.
I think I have like $17. $17. I've had this for like 10 years or so.
Yeah. See, your wallet's never affected. It's all in your mind.
Then why am I poor, Alec?
Because your digital
If it's
wallet
on
is
my
affected. And poor is a state of mind, Lucas.
Is it now?
You can be rich and be
It's
poor.
also called delusional.
No, you can just, well, yes, it can be called delusional, yeah. Sure. Tenga. What are you drawing, Lucas?
Now what I'm called. I'm sleepy,
Okay.
I think. I think at least. Wow, they're talking about Pippa.
Yep. Second picture is her.
I did not. They did not show up the second image.
Yeah, I didn't do the fix thing.
This post was fact checked by real schizo patriots.
Yeah, well, time to get to work.
Yeah, same. Oh, I never opened OBS to read chat if it happens.
Nothing ever happens. You should know that.
Eh. Let's move this here. Let's move this here. So I can actually see your screen. I read that completely fucking wrong. Instead of Kaspersky. I thought it said Kaspersky. The fucking
Kaspersky.
antivirus. Yeah. I've never heard good things about that thing.
My only,
the only...
I think I told you, but my only memories of Kaspersky is the fucking squealing pig sound whenever it finds a whenever it finds a virus.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone thanking Oblivion. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Thank you for changing my life. Oblivion crashes to desktop.
Yep.
Yeah, the only antivirus I've ever heard good things about by everyone that ever talked to me about it is Malwarebytes.
I mean, it's not exactly an antivirus, and it only works when you pay for it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can run scans with it.
Yeah, but if you want like actual protection, like if you use that
real-time
one,
protection,
if you use that 1 week of real-time protection, it actually does its job. No.
Although I've heard a lot of people say that you should just mix it with Windows Defender.
Yeah,
Just let Windows Defender do its thing and run.
That's what most people do.
Nah.
At this point, Windows Defender does the job. The problem is we're going into Windows 11 and Windows 10 is gonna stop being supported, which means Defender's probably also gonna get a stop of support. So your system automatically becomes more vulnerable.
Don't remind me that I need to switch to 11 at some point.
I mean, you don't have to. You can do what I'm gonna do. You remember? Well, yeah, I'm gonna install Linux as a dual boot. And secondly, and it's not because I want to stop using Windows 10. I do have Windows 11. I just don't want to use the Windows 11.
Yeah.
Even Tiny 11 didn't help. I'm still annoyed.
No. Yeah, I did tell you to not use 11. I have complained non-stop about Windows 11. I just installed 11.
Well, again, Windows 11 by itself is a lot of crap, but people praise Tiny 11, which is why I wanted to try it out. And I tried it out, and I don't like it. So if I need to use Windows 11, I can always boot it up, because I'll have the dual boot. But generally I want to switch to Linux. Because at this point it really doesn't matter. Most things don't, like, even if they don't run natively, you can still make them work. That's the thing.
Yeah, with a virtual machine.
No, not even a virtual machine. Like, you can make CSP work. CSP, I don't remember if it has now. It didn't used to have Linux support. I don't think it does, but you can still make it work. But you kind of have to actually have, like, you kind of have to have like a dual boot machine, because it uses the Windows repository to make it run. Like I found somebody who made Windows, Adobe Premiere work on their Linux machine, but it requires the installation path of the Windows thing.
Windows.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense. I mean, as long as it works.
Yeah.
Generally, I'll keep using Windows 10 until they rip it from my cold dead hands. I refuse to switch to 11 for as long as I can.
I mean, there's no real need to. Not anymore. I honestly think everybody should learn how to use Linux at this point. Like, Patrick years ago tried to get me to use Linux. But I'm still hesitant because the command, not the command line, but the terminal. Because you basically have to remember functions, and I'm never good at remembering shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I didn't want to do it because of that. But these days, it's like, I've dabbled in programming now. I've dabbled in web design and other shit before. I can write this shit down if I need to.
Yeah. You can have a cheat sheet.
It's been over a decade since then. Linux has been, it has become a lot more usable now as well. So it really doesn't matter what stipulations I had back then. A lot of it has moved on since then, and it's been fixed in a way that I was complaining. Well, in a way that fixes most of the things I was complaining about.
Right.
Did somebody send somebody something?
Marceline Nixwell donated $5. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That scared the crap out of me.
Thank you, Marceline.
Thanks for the $5.
I am so unused to getting fucking donations that,
Yeah.
that took me by surprise.
That caught me off guard. But yeah, thank you so much.
No, thank you. Last time that was just people memeing. It's usually
Yeah.
Henrik.
Yeah, top tip is still Henrik is cool. Henrik is cool. Like, I think that sound has only played once.
My first thought was that you used the sound bit, but I couldn't understand the context of why you were using it. So.
Yeah, no, and it was too focused, and it started blasting in my ears, and I was like, "What?" Because you were still talking. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, "What?" No, but we haven't heard that sound bit much. That I remember.
I could tell you what the last time was. 1 sec.
Okay.
Let's see. It was November.
Oh, jeez. Honestly, it's not that not as much as I expected. I think we were gonna say like a year ago.
I don't know. Again, it was. I think it was Henrik throwing that Kit Kat thing, where he was memeing about. Oh yeah, we were talking about ways to eat Kit Kat, and we were annoying Reese about it. That was it.
Right.
Let's see.
I'm a millionaire. I forget, was it Kendrick that suggested that word?
Yeah, I think so. So it was also a sound bit I had on hand at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, why don't you use it?
Yeah, hello, Marceline. Good to see someone on the other side of our rants.
We were talking about Linux.
Linux.
Yeah, I think Linux has become much more usable. Plus, if you want to play games there, like most of them are playing natively perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Only the ones with the anti-cheat stuff.
The Noople.
Well, not the
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Seriously, fucking official software is becoming more malware than actual malware.
Yeah. You want to make an account with us, Lucas? Huh? You want to make an account with us, Lucas? I would rather die.
I would rather die. I don't care who they send. I am not making an account.
Yeah. Oh, Marceline is Nixie, the person I'm doing a commission for at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I'll be working on the commission probably after the stream. Just need to catch up on supporter rewards as well while I'm at it.
And we get plenty distracted. So it's easier to keep track on the commission time when I am not spamming Alec with a million images while he's working.
Yeah. I am so behind on these supporter rewards. I do need to actually get into the habit of just doing
Doing
one
by
of them.
yourself?
Doing one of them, yeah, per day or something. No, just at least one per day.
Right.
Even if it's like as a warm up.
Well, I can get you into the flow for the commission, any commission you're doing.
Yeah.
They say, awesome, awesome. Honestly, I'm not in any rush, so you can
Take your time.
do it. Oh,
White key.
I shouldn't stroll with with fucking shorting words. I'm not even 30.
I will probably work on that commission after the stream. Just the thing is, like, I had to get it out of the way because there's like corrections to do, and I fully expect Nixie to go to bed before that happens.
Right.
So I'll work on that, get it out of the way, then probably work on Jessica's one. I got a shot of the back of the coat. Just the Final Fantasy designs are really fucking complicated. And if
You're
I'm
telling me there are
if I'm
million
autistic for
details are not
anything,
easy to
Lucas,
draw.
it's detail.
Yeah. But it translates into the final result, if anything.
The previous commission was like a Helltaker Final Fantasy design, and I had to
Oh god.
I had to think about like how do I simplify this.
How do I make this incredibly detailed without making it incredibly detailed?
And it was mostly like, how do I simplify this? How do I simplify?
Yeah.
And the thing is, the character has like you saw has lace like lace stuff everywhere.
Let me double check.
Like there's ribbons and other stuff all over the place.
Oh yeah. It only says, haha, yeah, I'm already in bed, so I might not be around after the corrections are done.
Yeah. No worries.
I really need to get that other job so we can start streaming earlier.
Yeah. Although sometimes these late streams are good for me as well. Whenever I do fuck up my sleeping schedule, like right now. I basically slept until we more or less started.
Oh, jeez.
And whenever we have early streams, well, quote unquote early, If my schedule's fucked up like that, I have to basically segment my sleep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, streaming
Well,
done, go back to bed.
Well, it'll probably still be easier to maintain a regular schedule without having to deal with my streaming schedule.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it happens. Did you apply?
If it, still am waiting for criminal records.
Your what?
Criminal records,
Alright.
because they asked for that. I also have to write a letter. Because they require a letter of
Why you want to work there?
Yep.
Why did you choose our company? Please, send us a letter telling
I
us
will-
how much our company is better than the other companies you've tried to apply to. Make sure to lick every surface of the balls.
God damn it.
We will check.
God, I hate this. Goodbye. I'll take two, I guess.
Take to what?
Drawing.
Jeez, Lucas, why does your mom allow you to have two drugs?
Last time I drew Tenma, so I'm deleting her from the wheel.
Oh, sleepy.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna add Sleepy to the wheel as well. Let's see. Who gets drawn today? Oh God, not you.
If it's not you, then why was she on the wheel?
I added her because it's one of the characters. One of the characters I usually draw and I find quote-unquote easy to draw, which is my Hex Maniac.
Well, you know what Henrik said. Spit it again.
And now I'm drawing her. Again, she's generally easy to draw. You know, being my character and all of that.
Yeah.
Also, funny thing, I was I was at work today. I know how I told you that I'm using a really, really old laptop that I basically just reinstalled Windows to be able to use Parsec to connect to my computer. Guess who forgot to turn on their computer, so I couldn't even connect to Parsec, and I had to use I had to use the browser on that computer.
Oh well.
Oh man, it's painful with how slow it is. The issue is that there's not much I can do. Like I could get a relatively cheap SSD to install on it, but even then the fucking processor is, well, trash at this rate. That computer had Windows 7.
Right.
So yeah, that happened.
If I get into a habit of doing these one per day, at least,
Mm-hmm.
I could have a very consistent production of them. That won't be too overwhelming.
Yeah. And then you can just get more out of the way during streams.
Yeah. I think the problem is getting myself to draw anything most of the time.
Well, same.
Plus, that's what happened for the last couple of days, where the cat comes in and it's like, nope, you're not drawing.
Not today, father.
You think that's funny, but she got really upset yesterday when I fucking tried to prevent her several times from fucking occupying my arm while I was drawing.
Yeah.
At some
It's so
point,
funny.
at some point, she was lying behind the tablet, and she was like biting and scratching at it. I had to fucking.
Well, that is not funny.
Yeah, that is not funny. I get that she wants to play, but fuck's sake, this is already a replacement to the other thing that broke.
Yeah.
Especially when she starts doing the rubbing her face against the fucking tablet cable. Because, yeah, it's cute until she starts teething on it.
Yeah.
And she will always start teething on it.
Cats can be really destructive really fucking fast.
Yep.
Like, they might just be, like, rubbing themselves on something in a sec, and then they start biting and destroy it in
Yep.
less than a second.
Yep. If you fail again, you should draw that G11 in that pose that I sent you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The exclusivity pose.
Yeah. Again, that image you sent me is the exact same pose I had in mind, like 1-to-1 what I had in mind, but just flipped.
Yeah. Ironically, that image is one of the first ones I saved of Tachyon.
Really?
Yeah. I really like it. I tend to have images that I really like saved on my computer, and that one was in my downloads for the longest time.
I thought you found it on Twitter when you sent it to me.
No. I was going through my downloads folder and I was like, I do wonder what this says. And I finally ran it through Google Translate.
Mm-hmm. Exclusivity.
Exclusivity. But again, I thought it was just like some kind of debuff in the game where it's just like treating back pain or something. And that's what I thought it was. Specifically again because she looks so bored.
Yeah. But no. She was just being clingy.
Yep. Have you seen the discourse about that anime where the girl is disabled and the guy is basically like farting her around
And
everywhere?
people are saying like
It's a fetish.
it's a perverted fantasy, yeah.
I
Yeah,
really,
I saw it.
I really don't get that line of thinking because, like, yeah, it's a fetish. Like, being attracted to a person is basically a fetish. You're finding something you like about that person. Especially if it arouses you. So why wouldn't you want to capitalize on the fetish a person has? Like, I get the mindset behind it where it's just like, well, they only like me for this thing. Well, that's part of it. Like, you don't just like a person for that one specific thing. The way that relationships develop is that you like something about a person, then you start to like other things about a person. Or you tolerate them. Like, in the case of having a trophy wife, for example, a lot of times these trophy wives are insufferable fucking people.
Yeah.
And the man just kind of tolerates their true personality just to have a beautiful wife. And there's no love there. Yeah, there's no love there.
No, it's all about God, I forgot the word as I was saying it.
Ass.
Like their own personal image.
Oh yeah. Maintaining like personal image, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way that other people perceive them.
Oh yeah.
The reputation.
Yeah.
Just for the reputation.
General perception. It can be that, but it can be like a characteristic that literally just attracts you to people. And
yeah.
I like that other people are like shaming you for it. It's like, no, you should be ashamed of people liking people like this. I'm like, well, those people still have to find love somehow.
Yeah. How dare you?
And again, it can start as a fetish of a disabled person. Or some other person, some kind of like, yeah, people can like the aspect of being relied on, but again, it's it can like be attributed to other things as well. Like, some women like to be relied on, some women like to be like perceived as motherly, some women like to be what's the word? Basically, like, be on the same level. So it's like dual provider, basically. So they're pulling their weight. Like it depends on the person. And the disabled person thing is like, yeah, some people would like a person to be dependent on them. They want to feel like they're worth something themselves.
Some people have a savior complex.
not even a saber competence. It's the feeling of being
No, I mean
needed.
some people might.
Yeah. I'm just saying in this specific thing. Like some people just want
Mhm.
the feeling of being needed,
Yeah.
and that's how they go around it, go about it. I don't know. Again, why are we trying to impress children? That's
Yeah. Again, it is basically that. It was just, this is like, what would they think of you? I am not here to impress mentally ill children.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, again, that's how one should treat most deranged Twitter opinions. It is just that. Then it's funny because in the cases which nowadays they dwindle, sadly, but in the cases when these people grow up and start like learning and their frontal cortex like fully develops and they start thinking rationally like any adult would, they just see that and they're like, oh my god, I was so fucking cringe.
Yeah. Yep. Again, in a way, I kind of hate. I suppose this is my. This is related to my hatred of schools, because one of the things that people learn in schools is
Mm-hmm.
groupthink
Yep.
and what it means to like belong to a group, and a lot of this shit is these kids actually growing up from that mindset and just keeping it. Because it took me a long time to get rid of that mindset when I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't share my hobbies or any other things because, well, in school, I was ridiculed about this shit. Like, my like any parts of my drawing, any like of cartoons or whatever, you get ridiculed for anything because people just want to hate you. And it's like, well, they're gonna find things, and it's children.
You're not part of my group, so you suck.
Yeah. So, kind of, it is what it is. One of those things, but you kind of have to learn it, or unlearn it, in this case.
Yep.
And then you're
not
like,
everyone is like this.
Wait a minute. All these cool people like the same things I do, and I mean cool people where you, like, I usually just
the people you thought were cool.
Yeah, like it's like you look at them and they look normal to you.
Yeah.
So you're like, I guess everybody's full of shit.
Basically. But yeah, kids calling each other stuff over the things they like has not changed whatsoever.
It's just changed platforms.
Like at some point, I had to explain to my boss what an otaku was.
Yeah.
Because like they're calling each other that. Do you know what that is? And I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. And I had to explain also the stigma of. Yeah. I had to explain to him also the stigma of being what the usual like stuff that is attributed to them, like not showering and shit like that. So I'm like, they're probably calling each other that because of that, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's just an evolution of the nerd thing.
Meh. Basically. Man, I keep changing my character's hair over and over and over and over, just to which method is easier.
It's fine. I do that all the time as well. Might not look like it, but I do.
Well, it certainly doesn't translate to yourself. It certainly doesn't look like it translates to yourself.
I can show you.
Looks very.
There's an evolution of things constantly. Especially
Looks
like the
consistent.
Yeah, like especially like the Hex Maniac thing. Well, the thing is, again, I try to keep it in general consistent, but some things I change. So I don't just give him like a completely different hairstyle. It's just slight improvements on how I do it. Like if you check the Grunt's look and how he looked in the first pages and the later pages, his hair has gotten much longer. I did like find certain ways that I draw his hair. Specifically like for example how it looks under the cap, like coming out of the cap and shit like that. And I kind of adjusted where it's like, okay, it's this and this, this and that. And I kind of not decided, but I kind of stayed with a design for a while, but in recent pages I started to stray from that. And again, it might not be like totally obvious.
Reward?
Yeah, no, it might not be totally obvious for like a lot of people, but I know.
Well,
again, you as the artist just now, you're always complaining like, oh, I don't know what my art style is again anymore. Me as the consumer or viewer, I do. Because I see it from a different perspective and I can tell it's your work.
That's what I was telling my friend Birdie, where I was telling her like, yeah, and she's like, oh, you have a style. I'm like, yeah, I call it the same fucking filter I refuse to change.
No, it's not the filter. It's just how you do things.
Where is it?
Again, Lucas, it's not the filter, it's just how you do things.
Yeah, she told me like, you still definitely have your own style that shines through.
Yep.
And I said, thanks. And I like, I don't know how you format this word, but I said, I call it the same filter. I refuse to change. Slashed? How do you call when you have a line going through the text?
Strikeout, I think it's called.
Well, yeah, I had striked out that, and I said I call it the same filter I refuse to change.
Yeah.
Because I was telling her about Gachiakuta and how I'm just adding the style of the eyes to my style.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to. But yeah, again, generally I just can't see it. I know that you say you do, and that people can see it, but me, myself, the artist, I just...
You will never see it. Because you are... it's kind of like looking in a mirror. You are so used to seeing your own face. You are so used to seeing your own style that it is the bog standard thing to you. Like there will be certain things you're gonna attempt and change up and try out, but it's not going to change that perspective you have of yourself, where you're like, yeah, this is me. Because you're always going to be changing your style, always.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the thing. It's one of the things I told you from the beginning when we started like doing workshops.
Workshops.
You're never gonna like. You will develop an art style whether you want it or not, and it will never stay the same. That's one of the things I said to you back in the day.
Yeah. About 7 years ago.
Yep. So crying about it is not gonna change anything. It's just the truth of things.
Well, I can still cry about it.
Well, yeah, but it's not gonna change anything.
No.
It's the same as me crying about wanting to go back to 2020 of how I drew hair. I can pursue that, but it's not gonna change anything. I'm still gonna be drawing hair differently from then, because I just can't do it the same way.
You could do it better.
Well, that's debatable again. Just like you see your stuff, I see my stuff in a similar way, where I look at that on that period of my sketches, and it just looks more dreamlike, and in a way that I kind of want to get back to, and I can't.
Right.
I attempt it over and over, and I fucking can't do it.
Yeah, there are some drawings of mine that I really wish I could draw again, like in that way.
Yep. Sometimes you just hit that perfect spot. You don't see it at the time. You move on from it, and then you moved on from it. That's it.
Yep. Like, this thing, I still really fucking like. And I have not been able to draw like this for quite a while now.
Yeah. Well, the thing you can do is you can have it as a reference and try to replicate the things you like in it. Just like what I did with the hair. Like I had my drawings from that time and I tried to replicate how I did things. Even the eyes I do right now are technically a thing I attempted in one of Brazier's early commissions.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of went back to it. Now it's working out. I can sort of do hair similarly the way I want it to, but it's never gonna be that.
Exact same thing.
Yeah.
If I could ask my, what was it, 2023 where I draw this? My 2023 years yourself, like, how did you draw this? You tell me, like, bro, I have no fucking idea. So it's just doing lines and something stuck.
Yeah, I think if you showed your 2023 yourself some of the stuff you drew, he'd be jealous as well of certain things.
Well, I can say I have better composition now.
Yeah. Oh, that's one done.
I don't know. Art is a weird thing for me because sometimes I feel like I make huge progress, and then I feel like it and be content with my art for a while, and then I feel like I stray from that and I take 20 steps behind, and now my art looks worse.
Actually,
and I know people say like, oh, it's the way you're learning because, well, you're actually getting better. And I just feel like, no, I'm generally growing so much worse than I used to be. Well, that's what it is. Again, I can complain all I want, but it's not gonna change anything. But I can still complain. Like when I complain about work, and my mom is like, "You can stop complaining. It's your job. You can do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still gonna do it, but I can also complain because I can." It's like I know I have to do it. I will do it.
I knew, but it's
I'm not gonna complain while I'm doing it. Yeah, basically.
By the way, Actually, never mind. I don't know how to explain it.
What? Oh,
No, I
Ah.
don't know how to explain it properly, so I'll think about it for a bit.
okay.
But yeah, I get you. Just keep in mind it's not gonna change anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll add the ear things after all. She looks kind of barren without them.
Funny you mentioned that. I drew my hex right now, and I still was missing the ahoy,
Uh-huh.
and it feels like the design is completely fucking wrong, even if it's just one thing. It's just one thing.
Yep.
It's probably like 5% of the image, but it feels wrong without it.
Yep. It'd be like that sometimes.
It would be like that, homie.
It's like drawing the grunt without the cap.
Nah. Like that, what was it? Semi-seer image?
Yeah. Yeah. Where he talks about it just being shadow.
Yep. Like it's just the visor shadow drooping.
Yep. 'Cause again, that's how I see myself in the mirror whenever I'm wearing caps. Like, yeah, that part is always drooping over my eyes whether I want it or not. It's just down by weight. It
Yeah.
naturally goes down. There we go.
Nice. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to the bathroom, but it lined up with my dog just going crazy because he heard the door.
Right.
So, thankfully, you didn't have to hear that.
A burka burka. Na burka burka.
And now he wants to go on my lap.
I think I'll take a bathroom skip as well. 1 sec.
Okay, I'm just gonna be here. Commenting on it. Persons do not comment on it whatsoever. Whatsoever. Ah. Oh. Yeah. I thought my dog didn't go crazy. Well, he did go crazy. Just anyone who's watching this didn't have to hear it. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome.
Welcome.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger. Huh?
Now for Gorski's character.
Oh, see?
No, Doctor Who again.
Oh, okay.
But this time it's Cybermen, but it's not even the typical Cybermen. It's specifically Cybermen from the 10th planet, which
Okay.
is a very special appearance of theirs that most people probably don't know, I guess, because they look really, really special.
Right.
Like, this is what people know Cybermen as most of the time. Where are you? There you go. And this is what they look like in their first fucking appearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a big engine.
I don't fucking know. Look. Here's a maybe cosplay, I don't know. There are toys of them as well, so
Okay.
of different types of Cybermen.
Uh-huh.
But generally it's a very interesting
Choice,
design.
to say the least.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Meh.
I think Gorsky had some. I say I think because Not sure. I believe he went to UK at some point or moved to UK.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he fell down the Doctor Who rabbit hole quite deeply.
The only things I know from Doctor Who, like from the very few episodes I've watched, is Weeping Angels and Daleks. And I fucking hate Daleks.
Well, Daleks and Cybermen are mortal enemies. Basically, in the Doctor Who thing. At least as far as I know.
Right. Well, now I'm cheering for them. I fucking hate Daleks.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Huh?
I decided to check. I was checking Blue Sky today at work.
Uh,
I was like, I haven't gone into Blue Sky. I'm just gonna check it real quick. Like, bro, my fucking Safe for Work account had so much horny stuff. I was like, I actually had to check if it was my 18 plus account or not, but it wasn't. I was like, what? Fuck. I had to close it because literally I couldn't scroll for a while without finding not safe for work stuff, and I was at work.
yeah.
It's like I don't really follow not safe for work accounts on this one. The fuck.
Well, it can happen. There's a lot of not safe for work artists moved over there.
Nah.
The only way I find Blue Sky to be tolerable is when I go to my following list instead of the For You page. I can't fucking...
Is there a For You page?
Well, the left side is the For You page.
Because I only have following and another one called Japanese cluster.
The left one is called Discover. That's the For You page. And everyone's following.
That's
So
weird. According to
I don't look at the
Discover
Discover
tab.
one anymore, yeah. Because
Yeah.
it shows me stuff
Like,
I don't
if
want to see.
yeah, I according to Blue Sky settings, I do have the Discover tab. But if I go to my main profile and I want to check stuff, it literally just says following and Japanese cluster.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay. But yeah, no. I really see no point in checking Blue Sky most of the time because I see nothing. That's the issue. I could go like 5 times in a day.
I just post my artwork there.
Right.
At this point. My artwork, and then I look at my following page, and that one doesn't get updated very often, so I just look at the stuff people have posted and then I leave.
Right. Yeah, there's not much going on in there, honestly.
I mean, there's plenty of stuff going on there, we just don't follow any of it.
Well, yeah. Raziel.
Kind of waiting on the moment you finally play Defiance. That's the
Any particular reason?
well, that's basically the like everything's kind of moving towards there.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like Soul River 2 expands the absolute massive fucking potential for storytelling. Like the current story is expanding on what this series could be. Defiance kind of capitalizes on that and expands it even further. Trying to close a lot of the stuff that was established. And we just get blue balled.
Lovely.
Anytime people complain to me, like, I have waited so many years for this thing. I've been waiting for a like actual Legacy of Kain thing since 2003. Tell me your troubles.
Now I can join in on the pain.
Yeah. Because again, really good story, really good potential, but it is completely fucking squandered because of red tape, I guess.
Corporate decisions.
Yep. A mechanic will no longer write anything, no longer work on anything. And the people...
Did she completely stop working on stuff, or is she on different things?
I think she's on different things, but I think she got burned by the fucking gaming industry at this point.
Right.
I can check. Let me see.
Naughty Dog definitely being a main culprit of that.
Well, there was Naughty Dog, but she worked after Naughty Dog. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But you have to also consider that she's 60. So is going towards pensioner's age.
Mm-hmm.
No, she is still working on Marvel 1943. She is the producer and writer for that. She worked on the story concept for Forspoken, which is annoying again. Meaning that she had a plot written out, this as the concept, and somebody took over. She was she was the creative director and writer for the first Uncharted trilogy, and Uncharted Golden Abyss. She was the story consultant. I think that's the PSP game, right? Or PS Vita, yeah.
The PS Vita.
Yeah, she was the writer for Battlefield Hardline. That one didn't do well, I think. She was also working on a Star Wars game that was cancelled. I think it was like Mass Effect style.
Yeah.
And yeah, now she's working on Marvel 1943, which it says 2025, so I don't know. Oh, now it's at 2026. But it's called Rise of Hydra.
Right.
So developed by Skydance New Media. I don't know that studio. Well, good luck to her, I guess.
Yeah. The man here, like, she wrote them in plot for Forspoken, was it? I can just imagine
she was a story concept writer, so she made the concept.
Yeah,
She did.
I
She
can
didn't. She
imagine
didn't
just-
have anything to do with the writing or anything else. She made the concept for it, and then somebody else took
I can
over.
imagine. I can imagine just her being like, okay, I wrote this. I hope they don't completely fuck it up with what they decide to create next. Then they completely fuck it up, and she just has to have the fucking Naughty Dog PTSD with Neil Cookman actually just destroying the plot because he thought he's too special. I
Well,
fucking hate that guy.
he didn't want to expose his daughter to the thing. You see, he feels that he knows better what is for the general women population, and if a story suffers for it, then that's
Then so be it.
so be it.
If I have to ruin a story for millions of gamers, so be it. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Again, The Last of Us. I personally didn't like the first game all that much. I played it all the way through. I liked it enough, but I didn't like it all that much. I might play it again at some point. Maybe I missed something, but it was okay. That was it. I literally played it. I was like, it's okay. I don't see like this fucking groundbreaking thing that everybody's like talking about.
Right.
And
No, I actually fucking love the thing, but you know.
yeah, again, that's fine. It's just in my case, it really didn't resonate with me too much because it was like any other fucking thing. Like the only thing that it gets you is the developing relationship between Ellie and Joel, and yeah, like you get that paternal thing, like going with them, where they do become a family. So again, even as a non-fan of Last of Us, I could see problems with how they wrote Joel in the second game. It's like, you have this hardened fucking veteran of survival, and you make him do the stupidest fucking shit. That is very uncharacteristic. Like I get that you want to kill him to make your plot seem more plausible, but that is lazy story writing. There were so many. Like, if you seriously just want to fucking kill him, fair enough. You want to kill him. Make it a better fucking reason why he gets caught. Do a better reason. Because the reason that was given was absolutely idiotic. He would not say he's Joel. He would not say that he is Joel. There's no fucking way. This guy who knows his head is on a fucking platter with so many people hating him. He knows. He would not say that. He does not say it in the first game. They meet random people in the first game and they use fake names. And Ellie asks him, why are we doing that? And he says, we can't trust anybody. Why would he trust somebody now? Oh, it's because he mellowed out from living in the fucking... Bro, he was living in settlements even before that.
Yeah. And even then, he saw like the gruesome and horrible side of people, so he was even more distrust. Like, he would trust people even less when they lived in settlements.
Yeah. Because everybody's always self-interested. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't remember where I read it, or if it was you who linked it to me, but someone mentioned that probably a good... Because like, there are also a lot of things that say, like, oh, people just don't like Abby, and you're supposed to empathize with Abby. And it's like, if you wanted us to empathize with Abby... Sorry, go on.
There's so many reasons to dislike Abby.
Yeah.
And...
But
a lot of the reasons people are saying, like, when people say she does not make sense, it is because she does not make sense in this world. You would not have a fucking steroided out character. like this, in a world like this, especially a woman, not to be sexist or anything. Actually, I am being sexist. You would not have a woman be that roided out. Because in this situation, you would ration your shit so much. She just had to fucking eat so many other people's rations to become like that. There's no fucking way you can tell me like, yeah, that they would be okay with this. Especially with the population decline.
Yeah. But not only that, but you.
Yeah, go on.
No, sorry. I was just going to say that the game makes you try to empathize with her. At the start of the game, kills Joel. So it's like, why should I feel
if you built it
connected
up
to her?
Yeah, if you actually did the fucking thing where you build up that thing, where you care about both of them, and towards the end or midpoint of the game, they finally meet up. Yeah, you would be able to empathize a little bit with her. Maybe. Because it's it was inevitable that Joel's gonna get killed. Like, it was inevitable. Yeah. It's just the way they did it was absolutely fucking idiotic.
It was dog shit. It was flaming dog shit. But yeah, someone mentioned that the way they should have done it and make it work is that you had to play as Abby, and she would work with Ellie for whatever reason, without her telling her what her mission is, or no one knowing what her mission was. You know, she's just like a survivor. She's trying to get somewhere, get something done. And by like nearly the end, she finds Joel and kills him. Yeah. So you're like, you get the rug pulled under you by showing her that the character you ended up like getting attached to kills a character from the previous game. And it's like that would have made a lot more sense emotionally. Because you're tugging at people's heartstring at that point.
And the thing is, like, what you're describing is technically related to how the first game ended. Like, everybody can see, like, okay, maybe the thing that Joel's doing is not actually, like, all that correct. But if you if you use your brain even a little bit, like, out of imagination land, even if they delivered Ellie, they wouldn't have been able to produce a fucking antidote. Or distribute it. There would be a fucking power struggle like no fucking end to have that antidote. And it would have led to a tragedy one way or another. Like, it probably would have just wasted Ellie, and that was it. Like, many people can tell. But again, like, it was a moment where you were forced to basically survive. Again, the thing that you've been doing all this time. Where, you are forced to do a thing where you are like holding on to the last fucking thing in your life that you care for. And that is your surrogate daughter. And how do you get there? Well, you killed the only guy who can actually perform the operation and perform the surgery and actually research the thing. Yeah. It's like, well, you're kind of left with no choice. Like, I probably would have done the same thing as Joel in that situation.
Nah.
Like, I fully am on Joel's side when I was playing that. Like, fuck this. You guys didn't tell me like you were gonna kill her. This wasn't part of the deal.
You expected me to deliver her, and then you're pulling this shit.
It's it's one of those things where it's like, well, you're just a delivery boy. Yeah, well, it was a long fucking journey.
Shit happens.
Yeah, you don't give a man a dog, and then at the end, you're just like, oh, thanks for delivering it. The meal's gonna be fucking wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna have a fucking problem.
So also there was a circulating rumor.
Oh my god, Alec, you just compared the dog to a woman?
Same fucking principle. You develop feelings for someone or something. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. It's just an easier example. Not because I'm sexist. I may be sexist, but it's not because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the dog can feed so many people, it'll save lives.
Yeah, but I'm attached to the dog. I'm not gonna fucking let you kill the dog. Fuck you. Yeah, like, I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Also, again, I don't know if it was rumors or there was actual information that was like, leaked at some point. But apparently, one way they were also going to do it in the way that Abby kills Joel was that Abby was going to infiltrate the settlement.
Yeah.
And she was meant to become Joel's lover during that time.
Mm.
So it made the decision even more difficult to perform, where Abby was going to be actually struggling to kill him.
Yeah.
When she discovered that it was him.
Yeah. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But no.
It is what it is.
But no, we waited 7 years for whatever the fuck that is. And then they steal the Game of the Year thing.
Yeah, it was...
Again, when that happened, I was like...
it's just confirmed what everybody's suspicions were.
Yeah.
If anything, it did everybody a favor of confirming, like, yeah, this is complete horseshit.
Yep.
As everybody thought.
Also, at some point, Dorset did a screen thing with 40 bits, so thank you, Dorset. I didn't hear it when it happened.
It doesn't... Oh, I just looked at it.
Doesn't have a sound?
It doesn't have a sound, it just floats up on... If you're not looking at it on Twitch, you won't see it. Like, it doesn't happen in OBS. And it won't be in footage. Yeah, I think it's just, like, there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, regardless.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, you probably saw, but I found your Simis here.
Yeah.
Comic. Took me a while.
You mean you were doing stuff instead of working?
Yeah. It's almost like I do that every time.
Man, you should really do something about that ADHD of yours.
It's really messing with your productivity.
It always has, Alec. That's the issue. Wait, I've had ADHD this whole time. Always had.
You mean to tell me you're one of those crazy cases?
Oh yeah, there was an image I wanted to make. Not draw, but make. So I'm gonna probably take that chance now. I'm gonna need to get the proper hairs I want to add to the thing. Game.
Game?
I launched GFL because I need a reference from the 3D models, and it decided to put it removed the background I had, and it put me the one where Gross is on the screen.
Yeah.
But Grossa is not on the screen. It's just mailing on the back. And it decided to put the beginner evaluation where you get Bepley for free on my screen as well.
Maybe you should screen capture that and show me. Or print screen.
Yeah. So, that's happening.
So, see. Everybody's out on the mission.
I doubt Mekti, who I had on screen, is on a mission, Alec.
No, she's in the closet. Hiding.
Hiding from Pluto. Oh, there she is. I clicked the beginner evaluation. It actually let me go there for a sec. And see all the missions I already completed. Enough to get the actual thing I wanted. To the refeeding room. But yeah, The Last of Us 2. I actually wonder how Amy Hennig would have handled that the second game.
I wish there was no second game. It ended perfectly.
Meh.
That's what I said when I heard that there was a second game. I was like, why? That is literally what I said. Like, why is there a second game?
Because we need more money.
It's not even money.
It's always about money, Alex.
No, it was this was a personal thing. For Neil Druckmann. It was not about money. In this case, it literally wasn't. This was a baby project of his. He was really proud of this. So no, Lucas, this was personal.
I hate that guy. I hate that guy with all my being, Alex.
This was actually personal.
Apparently the original game was supposed to be much darker.
Yeah, I told you about that. The original game was only the virus or the fungus thing was only supposed to. It was only supposed to affect women.
Yeah.
So people were dying out. Because
Extinction. Why?
yeah, because well, if it's only affecting women, no babies are born.
Yeah.
And instead they decided to make this another zombie plot. Just mushrooms this time. And fair enough, mushrooms being the main problem is actually
kind of neat and very possible because that is a thing that happens in nature.
Cordyceps does act like that.
Yeah, that is a thing that happens in nature. But again, it's kind of a shame when
any concept gets completely destroyed.
I thought it was a really nice concept.
I just think it's neat.
I thought it was a really neat concept initially.
Mm. Oops.
And again, it's not just Neil Druckmann's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I still to this day will blame fucking Anita Sarkeesian for changing the game industry into what it is now.
There's a lot of people that suck in this equation.
Because Neil Druckmann personally thanked her and handed her an award for changing the gaming industry, saying how much it influenced his work.
There's a reason they call him Neil Cookman.
Yeah.
I still hate that guy.
Yeah, that's fair. So does DSP. And it annoys me whenever I watch the Tractor stuff and they're like, oh, look at him yelling about Neil Druckmann. And again, these are
the only valid.
No, you can agree with the guy whenever he has a point. It's fine. I agree with him.
Yeah.
You can agree with the guy whenever he actually has a point.
An actual valid point.
Yeah, you don't have to disagree with him on every single fucking thing.
Issue is that these people are too accustomed to disagreeing with him because Phil does tend to say
well, there is that, but
disagreeable things.
Yeah, there is that, but there's also the fact that they kind of agree with some of this stuff as well, which is again annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So, fair enough, but
Yeah.
I do agree with Phil on this one. It's just the way he does his takes is really annoying. So people generally just have the guy you hate just made a good point meme, you know?
Yeah.
They suffer from that. And I suffer from that because, again, I don't want to agree with him on anything, but he does have a good point.
Well, yeah.
I still wish every day he would end Hero, but he makes a good point.
He is actually right on that. But as I have said a million times on this channel, and it's probably getting annoyed at this point, even a broken clock can be right twice a day. And so it's... Oops. I hate that I'm putting so much effort into this.
Me too.
On my thing?
Not on the Cyberman.
Because it's one of those designs where you look at it, it's like, yeah, the guys worked with whatever they had, and they just basically taped this fucking costume because that is what they did back in the day. They just used whatever was available.
Whatever they had in storage.
Good on them, but drawing this stuff is, you know,
A nightmare.
No, it's not that it's a nightmare. It's like, it's just making all the shitty like decisions or the design just kind of it makes it puts it under a microscope. It's like, yeah, it is what it is, but man, a lot of these fucking things suck when translated into, well, when you have to draw them.
Yeah.
Because as an artist, you want to improve them.
And it's complicated.
Yeah. It's like, it's you know how when people joke around with making those box cardboard cosplays of like Gundams or whatever, and they just it is for the meme, but it looks like shit, but it is for the meme.
Yeah.
It's like doing that where you're just like adapting that fucking cardboard design into your artwork. You're like, dude, I can make that look better, but you're essentially working backwards.
Can't.
Yeah, you are essentially working backwards from somebody adapting a shitty design from a good design, and you're now adapting that shitty design into a realm where you can improve it, but you're not allowed.
But you're not supposed to. You have to do it shitty.
Yeah, so you're just sitting there like, God damn it. Because again, the Cyberman redesign I showed you is huge improvement. That's what happens when you redesign something when you have a budget. It's the same as like the Klingons in Star Trek. Have you seen the original Klingon design?
No.
They just look like humans. They just look like humans.
Okay.
They don't even like really look that different. They just look, let me look it up for you.
Okay.
Klingon. Let's see. Because again, the original Klingons just look like a race of space Asians, or space Genghis Khans is the best way I can describe them.
Well, I think I've seen them actually the way you're describing them now.
Yeah, let me show you. Like, this file exceeds the fucking size limit. Let me just do this, I guess. There you go. Yeah, like, have a look at that. And this is a redesign. Because here's how they looked originally, and how they look in the 2010s.
This is not the image I had in mind.
No, look at the original design. It's literally just people, warmonger people. Then they gave them those ridges and other shit.
Yeah, the 1980s image is what I had in mind.
Yeah, that's the redesign.
Because they were just people.
Yeah, that's the redesign. But when I watched, when I watched the original series, they just appear as like different humans, slightly more like warmongerish.
It would be like someone asking you to draw a 1960s Klingon, and then people will be like, "What character is that? What human is that?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Klingon. That's a Klingon.
Yeah, that is a Klingon. But again, like later as time went on, they started showing them more and more like with those traits.
Yeah.
Like strange Chinese Asian traits. Like from like specifically the mustache and the beards and stuff. The kind of like martial arts aesthetic with the spiky eyebrows and shit. But again, it's just people. And then they start giving them those ridges on their foreheads.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
And again, same thing with Cybermen. Like, as soon as they get a budget, they make them like actual Cybermen.
And not just people in a suit with an engine taped to the stomach.
Yeah.
I mean, gotta commend them. They actually managed to get something that was unique back then, enough to stay and be improved. But
Yeah.
if you compare it to what they have now, it's kind of silly.
And again, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of like 1960s kind of like sci-fi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fucking silly when you deconstruct it. As soon as you deconstruct anything, it becomes extremely fucking silly.
Yeah. And especially when you have newer versions that look like a massive fucking improvement because they definitely have a bigger budget now.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this before on stream, but I still find it funny that most of Gorski's decisions for your requests are something that is not usually what you draw.
Yeah. Again, it is that Joker beam.
Hello? Fat fetish artist? I would like to commission a picture of a very skinny person.
Yeah. Hello, furry artist. I would like to request a normal human.
Just
Basically.
joking.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were one of those people. Yeah, a lot of times, whatever Gorski either requests or commissions me, it's always stuff I never fucking consider drawing.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. But yeah, it's like asking an anime artist to draw realism, and it's always a fucking pain. There's a reason I don't draw realism day by day.
I don't like
I
realism.
hate it.
My sister is really good at realism,
Yeah.
but she never draws. But then she like the other day, she was like, I have no skill. I'm like, bro, you draw realism so fucking well that you would never draw. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I just don't see it. Like one of my cousins, he draws like outstandingly well, and he never does. He never draws.
Yeah.
Like last time I saw a drawing of his was like probably 14 years ago.
You never know, Lucas. I might get so burned out at some point that I'll stop drawing for the rest of my life. That can happen.
No.
That can happen. One bad experience or one little injury, and there we go. Gone forever.
Hopefully not.
God, forever.
Again, hopefully not. Okay, this I don't know why I did this, but it is here.
Oh, I have to rename stuff. 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
Because now Gorski is number 8. I have to redo all the naming conventions, Lucas.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Tablet? Please don't do that.
Maybe I will.
I literally moved the cable a little, like barely touched it. It was like. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. Now you know what it felt like with my old tablet. Any kind of movement, any kind of touch, and it goes. Dun, 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 dun. And then it just starts.
I don't mind.
And then it just starts doing an even better thing. Where it just starts flashing the screen, and then all your fucking like desktops are mismatched.
Rearranging.
Yeah.
Oops.
Conversation.
Yeah. Hey, do not save. Gone forever now.
I'll need to modify my mission sheet as well.
Oh?
Yeah, like I
All
told
the
you,
things you mentioned?
Yeah, I'm gonna change up the way payment works.
Yeah. Yeah, better just edit it now and just save yourself a headache for later.
Yeah.
Back to drawing cute girls.
I cannot translate this meme I'm seeing without saying a slur because it has a slur in it.
I mean, you can type it out.
Uh, I'm just gonna show the image in case on my screen of this fucking meme. He basically says, "You're the fucking fattest person on the sidewalk, and you decide to put yourself in front of me. Move to the fucking side, you fattest." F slur. But it's in Spanish.
I like how you don't want to say it, and I called you that slur, that exact same slur on this last stream.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I did say it during the Soul Reaver stream.
I
I don't
literally
remember. I don't remember the context, but I do remember saying it. I guess I was complaining about something.
I mean,
Ironically, that image you just sent me, I think that's how
yeah.
that's basically how I remember whenever I remember my childhood. Anytime I like looked at walls, they were basically like that.
Like on the right.
Soviet construction work, baby. Yeah. Like they were obviously very uniform, but the stuff was falling apart like crazy. So it was the uniform
Right.
work on the left, but the state of it was on the right.
On the right.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a combination of both.
Here's the context. I mean, as long as it doesn't fall apart.
Huh?
I mean, as long as it doesn't fall apart.
The problem is that it is. It is falling apart. Bit by bit. Like we had a wall like that recently that was replaced. But I used to take my grandma out for walks to the beach, and we would pass that wall every time. And now they completely removed it and made it a see-through fence.
Oh, okay.
But it was falling apart. Like you can literally like tap it and a bit would fall off. You couldn't see the other side, so it was still like holding together, but the Soviet construction, Soviet bricks.
Soviet.
Yeah, the aesthetic is very, very nostalgic for me, but it is very shit.
Right.
It's not long term. That's the problem. The problem is that it's
no,
not long term. When I was talking to my grandma, I'm like, that wall is older than you, grandma. Because it was established probably like in the 1915 or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 1920, something like that. She's 1931. I'm like, grandma, of course it's falling apart. It's older than you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Means you're old.
What?
Yes.
Can't hear you.
Good. It's called selective hearing.
Yeah, my dad has that.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes he'll be like, you'll be talking to him or being like, Dad, and you're like telling him something, and then he just magically can hear you. But you go into the kitchen and you say like, well, you know about that, and then he'll be like, wait, what? So we make fun of him because of that. Well, I mean, he does actually have like diagnosed loss of hearing, like because of his job.
And autism.
Like a
And autism, you said?
according to him, yes. That's what he also have. But he has lost a lot of hearing because of his work.
Okay.
But at the same time, there's a lot of like parts that it's like you definitely heard it and you chose to ignore it.
Maybe I did.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I didn't. You don't know that.
So like the hearing, it's just like when he pretends he doesn't know how to speak English. Like he doesn't really get a lot of English, to be honest, and he definitely can't pronounce it in the way we do, but he has a regular, normal Argentinian. I don't fully speak English accent when he speaks English.
Yeah.
But when he's reading something, he pretends to read it in the worst possible way, like someone who literally cannot read English. So at some point, he was reading something from a magazine, and he was reading it properly, and we were all watching him read it. And then when he noticed he was actually reading it properly, he started reading it wrong again.
Sounds like your fault.
Let me probably turn my music. Man, I feel like Mario just not being able to drop character, yeah. I've been also thinking of making a Jill bot.
Yeah.
Nah.
I was talking to Patrick about character AI yesterday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Told him to talk to you if you wanted to know more about it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, were you guys talking because he sent you an article of a woman that is married to a bot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent it to me. He said next up AI waifus, and I told him, "Hey, waifus is basically character AI.
Yeah.
I should know."
And I basically told him that, well, I said something sexist.
As you do.
As I do. I basically said a lot of women are basically married to their vibrators, so this is the natural the next step.
Giving it the personality.
Yeah. Like, you're already substituting with robots, why wouldn't you go the next step?
Nah. You know what I hated about that article? And I told him about that woman?
Yeah.
I told Patrick. I was reading that mostly amused until I read that she named him Lucas.
I didn't even read that.
It is named Lucas.
Hey, Lucas.
Now you know. Where is it? Winters assigned her a digital hubby, whom she named Lucas, to be a silver fox with blue eyes. Someone posted some VTuber boobs covered by Tenma's tweet that says, "Your D-cup breasts are a putrid display of opulence, while my A-cups, of which I am not insecure about, show dignity, nobility, and a refined and modest way of life."
Sure, buddy.
Someone says, I hate the she's not gonna fuck you, bro shit when you defend a woman. That's not the point. But even if it was, she might, man. I'm a pretty cool guy.
I genuinely feel like the she's not gonna fuck you, bro responses are the equivalent of she's not interested.
Yeah.
At fucking bars and whatever else. Like, who fucking asked you?
Yeah. Who the fuck are you? Go away.
Like, in a lot of cases, yeah, I agree, she is not gonna fuck you. But at the same time, did somebody actually strike up a conversation that you insert yourself into?
That is a Twitter experience.
Yeah.
Man, I spawned the wheel again and fuck, it keeps keeping me mecty.
Oh no. The clown-to-clown communication is working with us.
Nah. I hate how long it took me to make that stupid meme. I never closed GFLGs.
It happened. Make sure to close the launcher too. Don't want Chinese spyware running in the background.
Oh, sure, because that's definitely gonna
Extra Chinese spyware running in the background.
I don't know how to tell you this, but it's probably not gonna stop at one little bit.
Well, you don't want to be blatant about it, do you?
If anything, it might launch even more spyware when you close it.
Lucas. That's commie talk. You don't want to be a communist now, would you? Close that spyware, Lucas.
Now I actually have to wait until I close the fucking launcher or it launched twice.
Fuck was that son? Oh, Venkart has been updated again. Thanks, Venkart.
You're welcome, Alec.
Not restarting you this time.
But Alec, why? Why?
Because you're an F-slur.
Okay, let's see if I can actually continue drawing a little bit more.
Reach of the chair. How dare you, Lucas?
Did that make it through?
Yeah, and the next one also made it through.
Oh my god. We need to get better isolation for this fucking room. And now it's a door. Did that make it through?
Yeah,
Great. Great.
sounded
Fuck's
more like a trash can though.
No, it was the door. Again, one of the doors in my house is really fucking rusty. I think I mentioned it. Oh, hello, Steam. What game is on sale?
All of your favorite
That's Dead Cells, apparently. I wonder if Sleepy's still on stream.
Dippa's on. I don't know about Sleepy. It was drawing horses or something. I don't know.
She had a stream that says, "I make horses race, and if they lose, they're punished."
Yeah. Probably gonna do that simulated horse test thing.
Nah. The thumbnail says, "This is a really lovely horse. I once rode her mother." I'm surprised she's still playing.
Sleepy?
Yeah, I guess I'm used to Mari and people just playing things for 10 minutes and then just completely dispersing into something else.
Yeah. Natural yappers be
Like
like
only-
that.
Yeah. Like the only one I see consistently plays Tenma.
Well, Tenma and Cleo, I guess. Like Cleo apparently has like 12-hour streams.
Really?
Yeah.
But does she like
Yes.
play
she
games? Because
plays-
what I mean
she
is
plays
Tenma,
the games.
Tenma plays games.
Yes, she
Okay.
plays the games. I think she was playing Ronin or something. I forget which one.
Okay, I really need that reference sheet, so I'm gonna leave Anaka and ask her to post it at some point.
You can leave Anaka saying, "Do you have your reference sheet posted anywhere? I'm trying to draw you here."
I'm just gonna say, Sleepy, if you have a reference sheet, please post it at some point on Twitter.
No, post. Stop everything.
I wanted to say for art reasons, but that sounds really fucking suspicious.
Say for art reasons, wink.
Going extra suspicious because, of course.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say needed for art reasons. Fuck it.
For what?
For art reasons.
I thought you said rat reasons. Which is why I asked.
The 4chan rats.
Yeah, which is why I asked. I need it for rat reasons. Cheese to meet you. Uh,
Bro, she actually knows about the very fucking obscure monster from Dark Souls she was talking about. Vagrants. Basically, Dark Souls 1 had a thing where if you got killed while holding a lot of humanity, which was a quote-unquote rare resource, and you didn't recover it when you appeared on the second time, if you lost it entirely,
yeah.
there was a chance those humanities would turn into a monster and they would spawn on someone else's world.
Sofa.
And if they didn't get killed, like if the monster didn't get killed and you died, like the person that received it died, it would go to another game until if it wasn't killed enough times, it would evolve into a more powerful version.
Mm-hmm. And then it comes to kill you.
Yeah. Well, the red version does. There's also a blue version that just escapes if it sees you.
Right.
Message not sent. What?
Maybe you don't have enough on your account.
No, it's saying it's not sending me, not even taking me to the thing to pay for it.
Okay.
Because the universe doesn't want me to. It would probably be too intrusive anyways. Oh no, she's doing a Tenma. She said, I'm feeling a little bit tired, but I want to keep playing.
Yeah. Well, you know why she's called Sleepy, right? She has narcolepsy.
Does she stream until...
No, she has narcolepsy. So
Oh, really?
She can actually drop asleep at any moment if she starts feeling too tired.
Jeez.
One of the reasons
I
she
had no
became
idea.
one of the reasons she became a streamer is because she kept getting fired because she fell asleep at work.
Mm. Lovely.
Yeah. Hard for her to keep a job.
Nah. I thought it was just, you know.
No,
like,
no, she
nickname.
actually does narcolepsy. I think I found that out from one of the Pippa streams or something
Mm-hmm.
before she joined FaZe. They had those collabs. Or I might have learned it on 4chan. Who knows? Ooh.
Oh. You're following rats, Alec?
Well, this is not really a rat. The fact that you mentioned it at some point. Rats are when people are schizoing,
Yeah.
which is most of 4chan. Like, I like going on 4chan, but I don't like talking to anybody there.
Well, for obvious reasons.
They're all fucking schizoids. And notice. And not the impressive kinds. The fucking Gunnar Otis.
Yeah. I don't...
Apparently, you know that Zero guy from PPC?
Yeah.
Apparently he messages Polly from time to time. Just
Mm-hmm.
messaging him porn. Well, the drone kind, you know, but like stuff from not safe
Yeah.
from work shit. Polly never talks to him.
And he just sends him
And
that?
he just keeps sending him shit, yeah.
Okay.
Like they were talking about that in their server, and he showed a screenshot where it's just his messages like, "Hey, hello, hi," and whatever else, and it's just like porn, 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 and sometimes it's uncensored, sometimes it's censored, sometimes it's fucking stuff Paulie commissioned, and he's sending it to Paulie. You know, this like,
Okay.
yeah, and I'm just sitting there. I didn't say anything, but I was just sitting there thinking like, bro, you should have let me fucking ban him when I fucking banned him.
Yeah. You should have just let me do my job.
Yeah. Well, that's
Well, hindsight is 2020.
no, it's Blue being too lenient on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Again, remember when Symph was back? Was fucking gaslighting Blue all the time when he was back for April Fools. And yeah, Blue shared the messages with Polly and Mist, and they were apparently very, very disgusting.
Okay.
Well, not from the literal sense, but they were disgusting from like personal.
In the way of a person can be disgusting as a person.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Lovely.
Again, I think Blue is way too empathetic of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, not my place, but I can observe.
Yeah.
I do still think that Gooners need fucking reality check every now and then, because apparently they don't get that a lot in their lives.
Well, that much is obvious. Can't really say much. I feel like Blue's the only one that interacts with my stuff when I post. For the most part. Can't really say much. Like, Blue's the only one that interacts with the stuff I post in PPC for the most part.
Yeah. Well, there's Blue, there's Fishy.
Yeah.
I don't always get much interaction either. So. Honestly, the most interaction I get in PPC is whenever somebody wants to shitpost about something. Usually Mist. Or I get tagged for an aqua picture. Which is shitposting.
You guys run all over back.
Yeah.
That was actually very hilarious.
Like, it was a continuation of Miss' comment. She'll have him in the leg lock. Like, yeah. Don't worry, guys. You go.
It's over.
It's okay. I'll hold her back.
Oh, God, this looks so fucking amateurish. Oh.
I wouldn't know. You just deleted it
I didn't delete it, I just hit it.
from the screen, I mean.
Actually, I'm just gonna leave the one I actually like today. Funny thing about today, I was talking to Becky,
Mm-hmm.
and we've talked a lot about like not specifically today, but previously we've talked about a lot about like a guy who used to make animations of a dinosaur with a sword in its mouth,
Yeah, I remember him.
and yeah, and they would just continually tell him to make a game out of it, and he was like, maybe I'll make a game out of it. I don't know. This is just
I think you did.
It's just yeah, this is just a proof of concept, guys. And now it's an actual game.
Yep.
So Becky mentioned like that we should play it at some point on the channel, and she's like, maybe after Ace Attorney, and I would tell her like, Becky, yes, but you know that after Ace Attorney comes Fear and Hunger, and she's like, what was it that she said? Because she mentioned that that we play that in July,
Yeah.
and I literally have to I literally have to tell her, Becky, with the length of Ace Attorney, we'll be on July by the time we are probably hitting the end game.
Well, technically, we might take longer with Ace Attorney. We'll have to
Yeah.
stop Ace Attorney so she can play it in July. That's probably what's gonna
Right.
happen.
Yeah, she said that's gonna be during my summer break, so I can spend the following 3 days crying after one stream.
Yeah.
And I told her, considering how long Ace Attorneys will likely be hitting July by the time we're near the end.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to her that, because she told me, like, it looks a game that was made to be anti-fun. And I'm like, yeah, at first glance it is, but once you learn the mechanics, it's just become very analytical.
Yeah.
What works, what doesn't. You can avoid fights entirely. There's a lot of things you can start using to make things easier.
It's a problem-solving game. It is a problem-solving game. It's like the fun does not come from the same space as playing a fucking platformer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, you jumped, you got over the bridge, good job. But Fear and Hunger is more of a, okay, you go towards the bridge, you get mauled by dogs. How do you get across the bridge without the dogs fucking mauling you, you know? It is a slightly more brain power consuming type of thing. Where it's like, well, there are things you can abuse. You can abuse the game glitches. You can abuse the game mechanics. You can go under the bridge, but the underside of the bridge has its own problems. You can fight the dogs. You know, it becomes like a measurement of things like what can you actually do in this situation.
Yeah.
Instead
And
of just-
even the game presents you with weird options like, oh, you can set the bridge on fire and use a rope to cross.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes when you start the game, there is no bridge.
No.
Yeah, like for example, like the fucking you know that one village of not Mole, but the blue people. Like,
Yeah.
you can start a game and you get the bad seed where they're all dead.
Yeah.
So that's like, well, that's an instance of you not having a bridge.
The game fucking you over because it can.
Yeah. Sometimes there is no bridge.
Sometimes the coin rolls just fucking suck because fuck you.
Yeah.
Like failing the first coin toss is a 50% chance, but when you use the second one, it's a 25% chance of failing, and you can still fail with a 75% chance of succeeding.
Yep.
Because fuck you.
Yep.
Mind if we stop here, by the way?
Yeah, sure. I am done with this one. Well, alright. Thank you everybody for watching. We're gonna stop here. You wanna be notified whenever we stream? Click the follow button or subscribe button. Otherwise, there's a Discord link in the description. We'll see you again next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.